Hey everyone, in this week's video we're going to learn the theme to Jurassic Park. Did you know that the same guy who wrote the music to Jurassic Park also wrote the music for Star Wars? Yeah, his name is John Williams and he is a very, very famous film scorer. That's what it's called, when you score a film. You write music to go along with the different scenes. Now, for Jurassic Park, we're going to play this in both our concert F notes and also our concert B flat notes. So remember, when we're doing these videos, all band instruments have different letter names and different things. So even if I'm talking about the concert F scale, it might be your scale if you are a clarinet or a trumpet player or a tenor sax player. It might be a different scale. So first thing you need to do is get out your scales sheet. If you go to your first scale sheet, you'll be able to see the letter names and the fingerings for all of the different notes that you're going to play in this week's video. Both all of the notes for concert F and all the notes for concert B flat. What I need you to do now is pause the video, get out your scale sheet, and review one scale at a time. Go through your F scale and then go through your B flat scale. And always remember that concert F and concert B flat might mean a different thing on your instrument. So do that now. So remember everyone, your notes on your instrument might not be what's on the board. But what I want to do is I want to explain how we can take this flute part and just understand it up here before you go and play it on your instrument. So the first thing I want you to notice is that the rhythm of the beginning of the song is the same. What's different is where the notes are placed on the music staff. Here, we begin with 2/8 notes, and down here we also begin with 2/8 notes. What's different is here we have F and E, and here we have B flat and A. So it's your job to make sure that we understand those notes. Now let's talk about this rhythm. Do you remember what a pickup note is? So for pickup notes, it's music that begins before a beat 1. So here we have a bar line, and that means anytime we have a bar line, whatever note comes after it, that's our beat 1. So beat 1 occurs right here. And since we have quarter notes, this will be beat 2, and this will be beat 3. And I will get to beat 4 in just a second. Now, back here, if we have 4 beats in a measure, these eighth notes occur 1 beat before beat 1. So the last beat in the measure would be beat 4. So instead of this being a different rhythm, this would be the 4 and then the and sign for this second eighth note. Now it looks a little confusing, but when I sing it, it sounds right. 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. Try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. There's a sense of power to this note where it feels like a beat 1. 4 and 1, bum, bum, bum. And that makes us really feel that downbeat, it's called, on beat 1. Now that we understand that we're using our concert F scale, I want us to practice all of this song on concert F scale first. Then we're going to go back at the end of the video and we're going to do it a little faster using our B flat scale notes because you already understand the process. We're going to understand and learn the process using our F concert scale, and that'll take a little longer. At the end of the video will be the concert B flat version. So, without further ado, your job is to make sure you know all your note names, and I'm just going to talk about rhythm. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, and I want us to just practice that much right now. Here we go. Everyone tap your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, breathe. Try that much again. 1, 2, breathe. let's continue. Earlier I said that we'll get to beat 4. Well, what we have right here, this much music, we actually play again. So we have a do, ti, do, so, fa, and then we have another F and E, followed by another F, C, B flat. So this is why I didn't add this first, because it's a little confusing. Right here, we have 4 and 1, 2, 3, and that's the music. Ya da 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 da. Doesn't really matter where it's placed on the music staff. Here, this is another chunk. Ya da 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 da. So really, we're gonna play this first chunk 2 times in a row. Listen to me say the letters first, or the numbers first, and then I'll play it. 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. And we're going to stop right there. Grab your instrument and let's play it. Here we go. 1, 2, tap your foot. 1, 2, breathe. And let's try that much one more time. Again, this is the first 3 measures on your music. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, go. Great. So now we continue on with the rest of the music. So far, we've gotten up to this point right here. So I'm going to take my blue marker and I'm just going to put a little squiggly in saying that we've learned all the way up to here. So now what we need to do is we need to address this next rhythm, which is a little confusing, but as long as you listen to the song and you kind of memorize what it's supposed to sound like, the rhythm, it gets a little easier. So the way that this is going to work, here we have another instance of pickup notes. We had 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, and now we have another 4 and. We have another eighth notes that occur on beat 4. Going into measure 4, again, we start with eighth notes. So these 2 eighth notes, I'll try to bring my computer a little closer for you. These 2 eighth notes will be 1 and. Now, if we look at the rest of the measure, we just see 3 quarter notes, so that's pretty basic in terms of where the numbers go. 2, 3, and 4. But there's one symbol that we have not talked about yet, and that is this little curved line right here, and that's called a tie. You might remember ties from any of our music in Apollo fanfare. Basically, ties are when you have the same note written twice and are connected. All we do are add the rhythms together. So here we are going to play this note on beat 1, and this second note lasts for the and of 1 and beat 2. 1 and. So I snapped on 1, 1, and then I say and. I hold out my note while I snap on beat 2, and then here the quarter note, what I say and what I snap lines up again. 3, 4. So we have 1 and 3, 4. So let's just practice this measure. 1 and 3, 4. Here we go. Sounds like this. Try that much. Just measure 4 alone. Skip the pickup notes for right now. 1, 2, 3, go. Try that much. Again, 1, 2, ready, go. And last time. 1, 2, ready, go. Whatever your instrument is, this low note here, the lowest note on your instrument, will be the low do, or the low F, the low concert F. Now let's go ahead and add these eighth notes here. So let me just play it for you first, what it'll sound like. So da 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 da. So to practice this, we are going to enter on beat 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count you off. I'm going to say 1, 2, breathe. And you're going to breathe on beat 3 so that you can play on the next beat 4. Let me show you nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Let's try this together. 1, 2, 3. One strategy that you could use is just practicing this 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and to really understand that rhythm, and then later add the 3 and 4. But we're going to continue. At this point, we can play all the way through the 4th measure. So if I sing it, ya da 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 da, and that's where we've started. So we only have one more note for the first half of the song, and that is going to be on flute our E flat, on clarinet it would be our F natural, for our saxophone it would be our regular C, our C natural, and for horn it would be our B flat. So make sure that we're using those correct notes. Without further ado, let's hear how it sounds if I start right here. Oh, it's such a good note. Whenever you have an accidental in your music, play that note nice and loud, because if they put it in there, it's for a really important reason. So let's add that to the end of right here. So I'm going to start on this beat 4, and we're going to play all the way to this to this measure 5. Here we go. 1, 2, breathe. Try that much again. 1, 2, breathe. At this point, I want you to stop the video and practice on your own, at your own speed, the first 4 measures of music. Hey everyone, did you notice what changed on the board? Not much. The only stuff that changes on the second half of the song are measures 9 and 10. So, I'm just going to show you what it sounds like, and then I'm going to show you how it changes here. Ya da 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 da. And of course we hold out our fermatas whenever we see this little eyeball looking thing right there. So we've already in this video talked about how to play all of this stuff that went from measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to measure 6. Now, starting, this is where measure 6 will begin. And because it's all repetitive, it's the same exact music. On your piece of paper, I wrote it out. In this video, all we need to really do is learn these last 2 measures. So that's what we're going to do right now. So for your rhythms, we begin with a half note. So that'll be on beat 1 and last for 2 beats. Then we will, I'm trying to get this glare out of your way. There we go. So we have beat 1 and beat 2. Here we have eighth notes on beat 3, quarter note on beat 3, followed by eighth notes on beat 4, so 4 and then we hold out 1 on our whole note. So it sounds like this. 1, ready, go. 1, 3, 4, and 1. Again. 1, 3, 4, and 1. And we hold that out really nicely. So let's practice this on our instrument. Make sure that you know the notes. At this point in the video, if you're really confused as to why I'm playing flute but I'm talking to everyone, go back, write in every single note name that you need to using this notes of your F concert scale, and then you'll be able to catch up. So here is measure 9. Listen to it first. It's 2 notes. For flute, it's F and E. F, E, F, E, F. If I'm a trumpet player, it'd be G, F sharp, G, F sharp, G, and so on and so forth for different instruments. So whatever it is, it's the same 2 letters, so you'll just bounce back and forth. Try that again. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's practice this nice and slow. 1, tap your foot. 1, 2, ready, go. Pause the video there and go back and practice at your own speed, nice and slow, all of the concert F version of this piece of music. Then we'll be prepared to play the entire thing all together. So everyone, now I'm going to play this at a very slow tempo so that you can really focus on getting every single note correct and really focus on your sound. It's not about playing it fast. Think about it like a math test. It's not about getting done the math test as fast as you can. It's about getting as many correct answers as you can. So it doesn't matter if this takes you 2 minutes to play or it takes you 1 minute to play. All I care about is that the notes are correct and that the fingerings are correct and that you're making a good sound with your band face. So without further ado, let's play it at this speed. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Pause the video, back up, and watch me play this entire thing again, and keep watching it until you are really comfortable playing it at the same speed. Once you're comfortable playing it at the slow tempo, now let's play it at the movie tempo. It goes like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go ahead and practice on your own as much as you can until you feel really confident playing the Jurassic Park theme in the concert F scale. Now I'm going to play this a little faster and teach it a little faster using our B flat scale notes. And with that, I'm going to play it on the trumpet. Here is the concert B flat version. Now, it looks the same as we've talked about. The rhythms are exactly the same. The notes are different. So make sure that you can get out your pencil, stop the video right now, and label all the new notes and how they are different in the concert B flat version. Here we go. Let's first talk about the rhythm. Same exact rhythm. 4 and 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. Before, the trumpets would have been playing this. But now they're up here. Let's practice just this much all the way up to this beat 3. It's the same 5 notes in that rhythm twice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now let's talk again about this rhythm, which occurs going from measure 3 into measure 4. Just like before, we end this measure with 2 eighth notes, 4 and we begin this measure with these eighth notes on beat 1, and this eighth note is tied to beat 2. 1 and 3, put 4 right here, 3, 4, 1. So if I sing that through, 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1 and 3, 4, 1. And again, make sure that this note, the first note of beat 5, is the most important note of the song. Make sure you really bring that out. Let's practice together from this beat 4 all the way through this half note. And let's go like this. 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, breathe. Let's try that much again. Make sure that you keep whatever fingering you have at the end of this beat 4, so 4 and you begin there. So the note that you start on, for this one it's C, B, and then we go B, C, C, B, B, C, or it might be B, A, B, something like that. Whatever it is, it'll always go back and forth. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. want you to pause the video right now and practice learning the first half of this song using your concert B-flat scale notes. Make sure that you have any notes labeled if you need to, and then we'll practice the second half. Once more, I know that this video, especially this second half with using the B-flat scale notes, has gone pretty quickly. It's only because I've already talked about all the rhythms and all of kind of the detailed stuff. All that's different are just the note names. The rhythm, same. The sound, same. The melody, the same. All you gotta do is just press the different buttons. So now I fixed this, but I want you again to see that these measures that were 2, 3, 4, and 5 have now become measures 6, 7, 8, and only on 9 and 10 does it change a little bit. So just like before, I'm going to practice 9 and 10 alone, and I want you to notice it's the same two notes that you go back and forth from. So these same two notes, the C, B, B, C, now it's C, B, C, B, C, or F, E, F, E, F, or B flat, A, B flat, A, B flat. Doesn't matter, just bounce back and forth between your two notes. And saxophones, G, F sharp, G, F sharp, G. There you go, I got everyone. Let's practice measures 9 and 10. Nice and slow. 1, 2, ready. Try that much again. 1, 2, ready, go. At this time, I'm going to go back to the beginning, going into measure 6, and play the whole second half of the song for you. So this will be your second line of music. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Brass players, a fair bit of warning. I want you to make sure that you can play from your low C to your high C nice and comfortably. You don't want to hit your G in the middle. If I'm a trombone or a baritone player or a tuba player, you got to go from your low B flat to your high B flat. So don't hit the F in the middle. And horn players, you go from your low F to your high F. Don't hit the A and the C in between there as well. The C and the E rather. So make sure that you can really play comfortably from that low note to the high note. If I'm a flute player, and I have to go from my low B flat to my high B flat, all I do is just roll in. And clarinet players, you guys have the tough job of going from your low C to your high C. And that is on you guys. So without further ado, just like how I did before, I'm going to play it at a slow version to practice with, and then the movie tempo. Let's get into it. Here we go, everyone. Tap your foot to this speed. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 beats and you're in. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you hold out that last note all 4 beats. Pause the video, back up to the beginning. You can practice with me or you can practice on your own for a couple days before you're ready to play it at that speed all together. But now we're going to go on to the movie tempo. All right, everyone, here is the movie tempo. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you have a lot of fun. Send me a recording. 1, 2, 1, 2. Rewind the video, go watch as much as you need to again and again and again, and just enjoy practicing and playing music. Have a good week.